Welcome to highlights of stage 6 of the Giro D'Italia Women 2025. Signing on this morning at Bellaria JM Arena ahead of a 145-kilometre race today. More than 2,400 metres of climbing awaited the riders, all smiles at signing on though Maren Reusser in that pink overall leader's jersey. Ahead of a stage that was very difficult to predict today, we climbed up to San Marino early on, a second category climb there. We then had our intermediate sprint, then following closely behind that 2 third category climbs, then some uncategorised climbs up towards the finish. A very difficult finale into Terra Roveresca after 145 kilometres of racing, 2,436 metres of climbing. The official start got underway this morning, and after a calm beginning to things, the race really got ripped to shreds. All the favourites up towards the front. This is our second categorised climb of the day. Movistar up there with Liane Lippert, Maren Reusser safely in this group. UAE Team ADQ also keeping control of things up at the front. Sarah Gigante was there as well. But a move from Amanda Spratt went clear. No response from the group behind initially, as the experienced rider for Little Trek rode off into the distance. Over the top of this third category climb, she'd begun the descent solo. Looking over her shoulder to see if anybody else would join her, quickly gaining 15 seconds on what remained of the peloton. We then had 2 riders trying to come across her. This was Juliette Labous of FDJ Suez and Sara Casasola of Fenix de Koning. Soon we had the 3 riders together and they were working well. And then it was Liane Lippert who made the move to come across solo. Fireworks behind in what was left of the peloton. Group splitting. Paulina Royakas then came across with Ruth Edwards. Ruth Edwards not able to hold on, but Paulina Royakas for Fenix de Koning did make it up to this front group. UAE Team ADQ were working hard in what remained of the peloton behind for Elisa Longo-Borghini. But as we approached the finale, it was Liane Lippert who attacked from that front group, the only rider able to respond to her, Royakas. Behind, Longo-Borghini attacked what remained of the peloton. Reusser able to respond straight away. Gigante not quite having the explosivity to stay with the Italian champion on this occasion, though. Longo-Borghini and Reusser gained a small gap over this group on this uncategorised climb in the final 10k of the race. And it looked like they might go clear at one point, but it did all come back together in the group of the Maria Rosa. A select group here, all the favourites here, Anna van der Breggen as well. Back at the front of the race, more than 30 seconds for our leaders, with Liane Lippert, who has not won a race since stage 6 of the Giro d'Italia last year. Shirin van Anrooy of Little Trek then made an attack. Ushka Ziegart tried to come across to Shirin van Anrooy, but Van Anrooy did go clear. As we approach the final 4 kilometres of the race, we still have Paulina Royakas and Liane Lippert working well together. More than 30 seconds ahead of our lone chaser, Van Anrooy. Into the final 2k. Still they worked well together. And we were now thinking about who might take the stage victory into the final kilometre. There's Liane Lippert who led around the final bend. Waited to unleash her sprint with 150 metres to go. Full power out the saddle, and there was no response from Paulina Royakas. Liane Lippert went well clear to take her first win in 12 months, the last one coming at stage 6 at last year's Giro. Now she takes stage 6 again. Celebrations for Movistar. Second was Royakas. Sprint from behind was won by Sarah Van Dam. Ahead of them, Shirin van Anrooy did take 3rd place on the stage. Delight for Maren Reusser, teammate of Liane Lippert, as Movistar took their 2nd stage win of this year's Giro d'Italia Women. Confirmation of the stage result, Lippert won from Royakas, and crucially some big time gaps back to the group of favourites. Sarah Van Dam led them over the line, 1 minute and 24 seconds down. Stage win for Lippert. She certainly likes stage 6. And the overall standings stay the same at the top for Reusser and Longo Borghini, Anna van der Breggen in third, but Polona Rayakas climbs up to fourth place overall. 2 minutes and 2 seconds down now. Reusser enjoy being in that pink overall leader's jersey. As we now take a look at tomorrow's stage. Tomorrow is the Queen stage of this year's race. 150 kilometres to be raced. More than 3,600 metres of climbing. 3 categorised climbs during the stage, before a cheeky uncategorised climb, and then a first category climb up to the finish in Monte Neroli. This promises to be an incredibly tough test for all the riders today.